No. All right. Let's quickly check my whatever, my microphone or whatever. I'm not sure you can. Yeah. Not very good, I have to say. So, yeah. So how is it now? So how is it now? So how is it now? Oh, this is much better, isn't it? All right. All right. All right. All right. Right. I was originally gonna look for Zora, but I might switch there. I'm not entirely sure. Switch the side quests. The dragon is gone, isn't it? All right. All right. There is also a Korok here. Hey, hello, sinner. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh, really? Then it's much better to watch to watch some Twitch, man. You know. Okay, that's cool. Show me if you know if you can put it online. Just, I think you're surely able to allow to post a link or something. Where are you in the US, by the way? You're in the US, right? If I, you know. So whereabout are you? Eastern Washington State. Also, that's like Northwest, right? Like Washington State is like Seattle, no? Like I'm not that good with states basically. But Seattle is Northwest, right? In the, Yeah, exactly. No, I kind of approximately know where you're right there. So yeah, I got a bit further. I got a Korok mask, which is an amazing thing. Other side of the stage, yeah, exactly. No, I think a Korok. So I think I was last time I was streaming was 2 days ago or something, and we found really tons of Koroks. Not Gerudo, Daruk, not Daruk, Goron, the Goron one. Varudanya, the Goron one. The Goron one you kind of get like tricked into if you do all the side quests, and at some point you're kind of forced to, to finish it, right? Yeah, Gerudo is the big electricity shooting beast, basically. 1 second though, there is a Korok around here. Ah, probably that tree, no? This mask is amazing, really. It's probably there, right? You just, Anyway, let's wear some proper fighting clothes. And answer. I could do the Gerudo. Oh. You know what? You can choose what I'll do today. So last time I was doing this one actually. But in all fairness, I couldn't, I didn't. How do you say? I didn't, I had like a 7-hour stream, and in 7 hours or something, didn't find. That year, by the way, was when Columbus, 1492. Anyway, seriously though, so I was doing this one last time, but I got kind of. It was a bit confusing because I thought, we just, run into the. They're annoying. So what do you want to see today? You can choose basically. Ah yeah, so he's back. The right there he is. Oh, hang on. Just not the mask. Huh? We want to keep the core mask. Yeah, Octoroks are annoying. Octoroks are. Wow. It was written 8 out of 8. What a sneaky bastard. Yeah, let's do some shrines then. Okay, let's do some shrines. I think last time I did on. My guess would be, let's just try to find this core. Let's hope it's just on top of this tree. So we'll do some shrines. Ah, there it is. Huh? So how do we? All right. So I started to use the map a bit more wisely, point out where still stuff is that can be done and all that. All right, so uh, well, I mean, I'm halfway the game, so I wouldn't call it smart. I would call it slow. Um, any of these? Yeah, very slow. There were some smart things in my life. No, the secret of the settlers, yeah. All right, Hateno village. Let's go. All right. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. I did find it, yeah. It's very close, right? You turn from here, you turn left. I used it actually to get the Master Sword. I mean, now we got enough hearts and stuff, but originally I used it for that. Basically, you turn left here, right? And then there's a flagpole or something. I don't know. Where's the flagpole? Anyway, it's there, kind of. Here it is. It's actually here, right? Yeah. But we don't really need it now, though. So. Okay, the setter tree. So there are three. How was this again? So there are the secret of the setters. There's no legend about its three setter trees on snowy mountain visible from Hateno village. Hateno village. When the three summit trees become one, turn your back to them and head towards this. Oh shoot! I mean, heads towards the sea. A trial encased in stones awaits you there. When the three summit trees become one. When do they become one? When do they become one? When do they become one? Head to the sea. I mean, you can draw a line, right? So that would be like, so, okay. Okay, so there are three of them. Alright. Okay. Head to the sea. So you would think that you go here and then walk there, basically. Um, and then a trial awaits you in stone. So, Right. Oh, one moment. Obviously, need to change clothing here. I also found Majora's Mask, by the way. Which is kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to the yellow tree, or okay, so it's this tree. Now, right, where they become one. So from here, my guess would be, you know, to solve this one, you have to head east. East. And it's like, you know, straight line east. I thought it would be far more complicated, but you just go east. East, right? We go east, and then the trial awaits us in stone. Alright. And we hear shrine sounds, so I guess that's... So a trial is gonna await us in stone, but... Well, the shrine sound's gone, so yeah, we... Oh, and there is a Korok. Oh, here is the Korok thing. How do you get there that quick? I was almost there. No, I kind of ruined it, though, by not saving. Yeah, let's go back. That was a bit dumb. A bit dumb. Yeah, a bit dumb. A bit dumb. A bit dumb. No. Alright, I lost all sense of direction. She's a little bit... Uh-huh. It's probably one of those things where it's better to use the shield and glider or something like that. Is it here? There you go. You know what? Let's put a. I used to do swords, but it's of course much better to do a Korok seed. I'm gonna change the swords into Korok seeds soon. Also, we have found this one, so this one can be removed. But let's do everything in order, so to say. So, in the right order. A trial in stone awaits you there. Can't say I have a clue. And there's the sea. It's obvious we're going into the direction of something. This looks like an entrance. There you go. It's this one, huh? The Tano Oa Shrine, whatever it's pronounced. Right. Alright, that wasn't too complicated. Alright. Climbing boots. Alright. All right. So that was the first shrine. Let's you know. You just about pissed yourself. I found this shrine basically. It wasn't well, it wasn't too complicated. Turn his lights on. Well, normally it shouldn't be too much of a of an issue, no? You're driving. If you're driving, by the way, don't pay too much attention to driving in a thunderstorm. Why don't you sit inside with a I don't know a cup of tea or something stronger. Oh, there is a Korok here, by the way. Right? Alright, let's... Oh, you went on by. Alright. New Coca-Cola flavor, yeah. Let's get another heart. Oh shoot. As usual, I'm a scumbag. What kind of dream world? Sure. Ah, yeah. Really, there's really a Korok somewhere here. Oh, yeah. Let's find it. Where are you? Maybe here. Where, oh, where would it be? The Korok. Okay, well... It's... Oh, Dream World is the Coca-Cola flavor. Really? What a strange name. So basically, if you enter, you walk like here, and then you enter the, I don't know, what I always call the zone, right? The core of whatever zone. Do they all give an egg? Oh, some do. Maybe it's... Let's check if it's up there, maybe. Who knows, right? Well, that's most definitely a no. Well, maybe it's over there. That could be. Also, the location would be not completely out of the ordinary. but not even sound. No. No. Only the sugar-free version. So Dream World is the new Coca-Cola flavor? I don't think they have it over here, basically. A new flavor, I mean. It could be, but I also can't say I pay attention to it, so to say. Okay, 2 days ago, and probably first in the States anyway. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's very likely. Another core quest that's really effing hard to. Well, I haven't paid too much time yet, but. Well, let's add a. Let's briefly do. This the 3-3 one, 3-3's one. Where was it again? That one. I looked up the solution, and it's quite the solution. The only thing I looked up on Google, but can't remember where it is. But no, it's not. It's not here. No. I'm wrong. Was it here? No. Where? Oh boy, my memory is. I can't say it's improving. No. It's getting really bad now. Well, at least the scientists achieved that one. Right, these two can be removed. Where is the 3-3 as well? Ah, it was here. Here it was. Right. So it's wisest to go here and then go in this direction. One moment, I'll do another shrine quest soon. You can choose which one. can choose. But let me quickly try this one first. Yeah, those 3 trees basically. Right, yeah, this is it. Let me quickly just... Dream World. So are you having it now? What does it taste like? It's a bit of a weird name, isn't it? Is it any good? Yeah, this one. So this one is in... Where is the Octo? You know, my least favorite enemies in the game. Yeah, I looked this one up on Google. I thought that all the core quests... Oh, okay, alright. Just pay attention on the road. We'll talk in a bit. Especially during a, you know, a thunderstorm. But let me kill this annoying core. Yeah, so this one is amazing. This one is really amazing. Can you see? I'm a bit puzzled. Like, can you see it? Like, oh, oh, okay. So actually, it's kind of like how do you say? Controllable. Constant lightning. It's still, you know, it's still. So I know you have to use stasis and a bomb here. I couldn't figure it out because I picked the apples and it turns out that you need them. Right? But yeah, this one... Well, I know what you have to do. You have to do... this. Oh, this. And then I think it's... this apple. And then... and that's just some amazing shit. Yeah. Yeah. Very hard. Very hard. Oh. Jeez. All right. Okay, so next. Are you busy at the moment? Any I don't have many shrine quests. Only got 64, which means there are 56 left. Many more. So I'm not doing overly great. You know what? If you jump from here, then really. If you jump from here as quickly, then you get to the. So originally I thought that all the core quests were kind of similar and easy. Turns out it's just not true. Some of them are really hard stuff. Yeah, so if you go like this, there is a shrine nearby. With the only problem that I can never find it. You probably know where it is, no? But it's really like, you know. So am I going into the right direction or? This one is very confusing to be fair. Now I have to say, bokoblins aren't the worst. I find octoroks really they really don't make my day. Under a rock or something. It must be something like that. It kind of must be something like that. But I'm like, I don't know, here. I'm near Hyrule Castle. Oh, there is Hyrule Castle. So you would almost think it's like inside one, because these are a bunch of hollow rocks. Now let's see, maybe I missed some entrance or something. That could be, no? So you know what? Let's do some fighting. You know, it could be that there is some weird entrance here or something. Oh, not the Eightfold Blade, by the way. Right. Okay, we got Mipha's Grace, so it's... Alright. Yeah, I don't really see an entrance either. There just is none. I mean, now I fought the folk. And, no, there simply isn't one. Well... Yeah, you get here and... I have no clue. No, and we're out of it, huh? Yeah. This direction, no. This is the right direction. Wait. I most definitely pressed the wrong button there. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, this one I find mesmerizing. I have no clue where this one. I mean, that's surely nothing. But you know. No, this one I have no clue. Oh, there was another Korok around here. Oh, it's a bridge. That's why. All bridges have a Korok, yeah? Okay, let's quickly find the Korok. What? It's not that simple. No, it's sadly not that simple. Oh, there it is, there it is. But it's actually not. Okay. So, hmm. Okay, from here it's probably easy. Yeah, it should be, you know? Alright. I don't get it. This one is too hard. It almost looks like a face, you know, two eyes. And, yeah, it's not here. Obviously. Oh, this one I truly do not understand. Yeah, so... There are thorns over it. One moment, let me just... You have to burn them. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, neither have I. Okay, so it starts, you know, it starts blah blah, you know. It's obvious that we're going in the right direction for now. Okay, this is the right direction. Also, by the way, there is that thing. Ah. Ah. I didn't see the thorn. I just saw it. I didn't see it before. I just saw this one basically. Okay, so this is what it is. All right, well let's do some flying, I guess. Right. The question is, would I have found it if I just saw it actually. I didn't see thorns though. I just saw the entrance. Okay, now we have to bomb the entrance. This is probably it. Great skills. It seems so. I was probably on the verge. All right. We found it. Yeah, what would... All right. Oh, you can break it actually. Okay, okay, okay. On the way out, oh boy. A major one probably. 25 squats. Alright, I'll do them now. Oh, a minor test of strength. One moment. Let me just I'll do them first. Okay, okay. I'll I forgot almost about it. Alright, I'll do 25 squats. Thank you for letting me do squats. I'll once I feel a bit better about everything, life and stuff, I'll turn on the camera. But for now, I'll just do them. Hang on, I'm in position right now. So I'll start now. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 1, 3, and 5. My Twitch pad, no. Actually, it's for myself. I weighed myself, and it's already good. Yeah, I'm 125 kilograms. I was part of a medical program that completely ruined my life. Did absolutely nothing to help me and let me gain 15 plus 40 kilograms. 40 kilograms. So that's 88 pounds. Biggest atrocity ever. That's not true. It's not the biggest atrocity ever. Like, insane amount of stuff that they did. The purpose of the program. Oh, they wanted to teach me something. The purpose. Holy fucking shit! One moment. The purpose of the program was basically there were two purposes. One of them. One second. It's a minor test of strength anyway. Two purposes. One of them was to. There were many actually. They also. I should have used one of these. No, there were many purposes. There were many purposes. But the one they came up with today, it was basically a gigantic narcissistic. It was invented by folk who had to prove that they were actually very capable. So what they did was, it was quite the atrocity. They hired an enormous amount of people, and then just ruined my life for as much as possible. Having double standards and I don't know. They literally did that. Another purpose was to teach me about my life. because they hadn't abused enough. I was extremely heavily abused during childhood by all kinds of folk. Which obviously, when I got a lot older, led to some side effects. Well, not huge surprises either. But they found smart people. And what they did was they were telling me about my life, basically. It's really an insane, really a program of insanity. But yeah, I mean, you know. So I went today. I weighed myself. I went to the gym for the first time in a long time today, actually. And I'm still. I used to do marathons and stuff, and obviously I'm way overweight now. But my legs are still strong. My upper body is more or less destroyed. But I mean, the power that comes out of it is essentially less than half of what it was only 5 years ago, which is an insane insane result, right? Oh, this is very unimportant. I'd like to grab that one though, but I'm not sure what to drop. I know what to drop. This one is not that good. I didn't like using it. This one is better. It's okay, you don't need to be sorry or anything. It's just, I don't know. I've had my experience when I was young with medical folk. You know, there are very long stories. I'm from the Netherlands, living in Taiwan now. I'm from the Netherlands. If you see my face, you would think I'm from India basically, but I'm like 5th generation. So my weird accent when I speak English is actually a Dutch accent. Right. Basically, if people hear me talking, they think I'm. But if you see my face, you will think I'm Indian. So I've had my fair share of abuse because they're just super racist over there. And then Indian parents aren't, you know, especially, you know, the parents of small diasporas are even. They try to cling on. Do you know what I mean? Like they try to cling on. It's the same with Chinese. Up to a certain generation, you know, they try to cling on. So they're like more stricter everything than, you know, holier than in Dutch, in colloquial language we would say holier than the Pope. Kinda like, you know, everything is because it's supposed to be like that. Small diasporas, especially, you know, religious ones, you know, I mean, probably they have that tendency, but. So my up to my parents' generation, those are like Asian parents, but on steroids, basically. They're not 2nd generation, they're 5th, and trying to cling on. So I got my fair share of shit there as well. Society don't even need to. When I was 10, I was hit by a car, and basically 2 doctors, one essentially refused to even get me an X-ray. It was completely broken, right? My dad worked at the hospital, so I could. It's not like, you know, he could arrange that I could get an X-ray. Doctors wouldn't do it, and then when they took off the case, they literally, you know, they cut in my ankle with we call it a circular saw, right? They cut through it and just said that wasn't true. So I got all kinds of insane stories like that. So they came back. They came back like 10 years ago. They returned. How I always put it is like this time. Yeah, into my ankle. Yeah, they cut into me. I was screaming of pain, and before it was it's one of those circular saw kind of things, right? You probably understand what I mean. Like it's I don't know, a battery powered or something, and it goes really quick. So what he did before, he said you don't need to worry, and he showed.
The roof's protection is now ready to roll.
Thanks to he showed on his hand that it couldn't do anything, right? But then at some point he started cutting into my ankle, so I was literally screaming in pain, right? Literally screaming, and he was just like, "Look, I just showed you that it cannot do anything. Why are you still screaming?" And the guy was just going through my ankle, right? This is the level of medical, of the level of all kinds of medical hallelujah that they they come up with. Yeah, if you cannot complain as a 10-year-old when someone's cutting through your ankle, what are you allowed to do, right? To say, right? Not much, it turned out. It's not much. So they came back, They came back. This time they were gonna do a good job. So they did. No. He probably knew. It was I forgot. I used to know this better. If it was him or an assistant, basically. It's getting hazy, but they would just. It's the same thing as with. So I had this broken leg, right? And the doctor, I needed to get some stitches. I was hit by a car, right? It was a car crash, essentially. I was on a bicycle. I turned left and I was hit by a car. And I needed to get some stitches. It was an open wound, and all the skin was of my hands, right? Because I fell on the asphalt. And you put your hands forward. That's why speed cyclists wear gloves, basically. Because if they fall, you use your hands to cover. And if you don't wear gloves, all your skin is gone. Do you understand? So my skin was gone. You need to get dirt out of it and stuff like that. But he refused to get me an X-ray. He said he literally said, "You're whining. Why don't you walk on your leg? Show me you walk on your leg." And I couldn't walk on it because it was almost completely broken. Right? It was completely through, almost completely. It turned out to be. I didn't want to. I didn't. It was. I mean, I could feel there was something wrong, so to say. So I didn't walk on it, which was a good thing because it was broken. The thing would have would have broken completely immediately in two pieces. So you have to understand, if they can't even do a broken leg, like they diagnose a broken leg like that of a 10-year-old, so 2 weeks later, so the next day I got the case. The first, you get two types of them, right? And the first type is like, it's gips. I always forget the word. Gips. Just one moment. It's very heavy and immobile. You have to lie on the couch for 2 weeks, basically. That's 2 weeks. Just quickly, let me just. Plaster? It's really that it? One moment. We call it gips. I mean, it's just Dutch. It's Plaster gypsum, plaster band, plaster cast. Right, it's a plaster cast. So yeah. So then after 2 weeks, they changed it into what is called a walking cast. It's made out of plastic, I think. A plaster, right? That's the second one, basically. Cast material, yeah. They use it chips. I think they use it for more, I think, building stuff as well. It's kind of, it's rock solid, but it's not too. It's not like rock or concrete, right? It's more. It has. I don't know how to say English, use English. Okay, it has like more holes, kind of. It has more air in it. So after 2 weeks, they have to change it. So that's when I was in the hospital again. I was in the hospital again. Because the next day, because my father worked at a hospital. Back then in the Netherlands, first you go to community doctor, and he had to send you to a doctor. If he didn't allow you to go to the hospital, if he didn't allow you to get an X-ray, you would not get an X-ray, right? The point was that my father worked at a hospital. He did. He was. If there are like if there is a operations, how do you call them? Yeah, if there's like how do you call it? Like yeah, wait, you didn't. I think nowadays it's different. Back then, I mean, but no, this was this was when I was 10, so this was in the Netherlands. This was in the Netherlands. I just given an example that sounds extreme, because it's the broken leg of a 10-year-old, right? Almost completely broken. It's insane that a doctor cannot, just to talk about the level of people we're talking about there. It is not high, It is very low. It is very, very low. So my father, he's basically the assistant of an anesthesist, officially. That's his official title. So he's not like an official doctor, but when there is surgery, there is always a big machine kind of thing that needs to, with heartbeat and this and this and that. And how it works is actually not like in movies. Movies are bullshit. How it works is that someone actually monitors all these machines all the time during the surgery. That was my father's job in the hospital. Regardless, he could arrange that I could get an X-ray. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten an X-ray because I was in pain the whole night. So then the next day I went there, turned out that the whole thing was almost completely broken. So 2 weeks with the case, right? 2 weeks. So then I was 10. Then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, they had to take it off and change it for what is called a walking type. You can walk with that thing, right? And it's a bit weird. I don't know if you have that experience, but if you haven't walked for 2 weeks, it's actually you unlearn it very quickly. It's very weird. And you unlearn very quickly how to walk. Trust me on that. 2 weeks is enough. You walk like a duck waggles, more efficiently than the human does after 2 weeks of not walking, basically. Yeah, so they have to change the cast, and that's when they cut into my ankle. But you have to understand, if they don't even if they tell a 10-year-old that with a broken leg that he's whining and you should just walk on it, right? Then they can also easily cut into your ankle and just bullshit about it. I mean, that's far easier, right? And I had a lot more bullshit. One of the most amazing ones is that I'm diagnosed with no linguistic feeling. Never be able to learn a second language. That was when I was 13. So I can't speak English. And neither can I speak Chinese, by the way. So that you know. I can also, I can't, because my mother tongue is Dutch, and I will never be able to learn another language. It's kind of funny. I mean, you relearn it very quickly. Walking. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You read. I don't. You know. I hardly speak Dutch these days. I speak, but these days hardly any people. You know, people do not talk to me. But I used to. For years, I used to. Once I left the Netherlands, I spoke only English and. Oh, did I speak Dutch just then? I'm sorry if I spoke Dutch. It wasn't on purpose. When was it? What did I say? Yeah, so it's kind of funny how you. Oh boy, I'm walking like a headless chicken in the all wrong directions. Oh, okay. I hardly speak Dutch anyways these days. And it's not my intention to go back there ever again. However, here I have no future either, so I have absolutely no clue what to do. And by now I'm not young anymore, so life is, you know, I have no fucking clue. However, I'm so fed up with people, because later in my life, obviously some things went wrong. But, you know, by now I'm so fed up with that bullshit. But you can't ask questions, you know. You can't say anything. You can't be like, hey, you folk, you know, you have very nice big programs and hyper psychiatric scientific. No, I'm 40 already. I'm 40. So when I was, I think 32, I realized that they had completely bullshitted my life together when I was young. Oh shit. One second. I need to run and run. Ah. You know what? Let's just go somewhere. Yeah, I'm already ready. No, they took it. So they took away basically. They took away. It depends on how you count, but at the very least 8 years. Let me put it like that. This time. Something really frightening happens if no one ever listens to you. It's not easy sometimes to figure out what to do. I thought I had fine when I was 32, so I do for money right now, man. Right now, nothing. It's terrible. I used to teach here a little bit, but you know they had. So part of the campaign was to redo my childhood, redo everything using Freudian ways, because Freudian ways, they thought they could like brainwash these things through me, and as Freudian ways were supposed to be just being extremely abusive and block everything because they wanted to do that anyway. That's what they did for years. So I had these jobs, but they were going on with their Freudian campaigns, which is really annoying. We have a bunch of strangers trying to mimic, trying to basically abuse their way through a medical scientific program, and literally abuse their way through a medical scientific program. And I got so fed up with it that I got really sick, you know. I canceled all my jobs and, you know, my teaching stuff. And, you know, so yeah, that's what happened. This was a year and a half ago. I kind of returned here basically. I got like, but yeah, because in the Netherlands, I was back in the Netherlands for 2 years, and then they forced me to live with my parents again, and they forced me into psychiatry again, and they also got me addicted on medication. They did a lot of stuff. They deliberately got me addicted on some kind of medication, and deliberately. Can you imagine? They really deliberately did it. No, 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 no. I try to stay as far as away as possible from my parents. Well, I'm 10,000 kilometers away now from them, but 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 to the smartphone, that wasn't enough. They had to mimic all that. And then there is, it's just oh, one second. I might be. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. I don't like you. Can we be friends later? One moment. I don't want to do the car. No, I don't. I don't want to not do the. That's. It's fine. No, I live in a. I got a room. I got a room right now, but it's all fake. So I do get a bit from my parents, actually, believe it or not, which is really I can pay the rent and eat at the moment. So I came back here to study. I had a scholarship, but what they did was they came up, they made my life completely impossible. And then what they did was they gave the grades they gave me were, the average was 0.15 points and a scale from 1 to 0. Basically, it was 79.85 and it had to be 80 to continue the scholarship. So, and they did all kinds of stuff deliberately there. For that they have time. So they basically took away all my money as well. Basically my study money. I studied kind of for free with a little bit of an income. And originally I used to be a very decent chess player. I'm one of the strongest on the island. I used to be the strongest. So I could teach chess and English, actually. Because they can't hear I have an accent, essentially. Also, my level is like, you might be like, every now and then I don't know a word, but to them I sound like native. And to many Americans I sound native. But basically British and European folk, they will know I'm actually not a native speaker. My native tongue is some European stuff, whatever it is, right? Yeah, but the plan was very simple and shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't have been too hard. Oh, one more of those. Yeah, so they took away the money, but yeah, what are you gonna? Oh, shh, that was pretty dumb. Did we already did put one here? Yeah. So then it was like, and also what they did was quite the atrocity. Well, I can't, I go to the Netherlands, I'm stuck with them. And here what they did, they put me, believe it or not, this is really true, they put me next to a, how do you call it, a recycling center. It sounds very big, a recycling center. It's basically just people, I don't want to fight you. Let's run somewhere else. I have no idea. a recycling center, which had like cranes. So every day the cranes would be like, they would smash them on the concrete floor basically. So you would literally like shake out of your bed. It's completely impossible to live like that. But they did that kind of stuff. So I lived there for a year, and I basically only drank and notified them of the little fact that there were two options, or they were going to pay for it, or they were going to watch me die. They can choose. They chose to find the second one for some reason. That let's try to find the Fang and Bone thing. Let's do that. Okay, so yeah, because it was amazing, you know. Like, then there was someone who was who had the big job of mimicking my mother, you know, and yelling all the time, because all that ever happened was that, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, and then they watched, apparently, what people do. That is what people do. He had a Fang and Bone thing, so there is a skull somewhere. It's where let's look for it for a second. I'll be running around here now, but with a purpose this time. I'm looking for this Kilton dude's shop. Yeah, so that's what happened. And now I'm living in a slightly better place, but they have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the luxury of I don't you know I don't have money to start with, but that's not even the thing. I don't even have a place to go. You know. I can sit with one set of abusers or the other set of abusers. Let's try to find this core. It's probably under there. How do you remove this fella? Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of get it. I mean, streaming is better than... I mean, I lost all the skin on my arms, basically, during these 8 years, more or less, so to say. I hope you don't understand what that means, but... if you do, then... you know, then... things went seriously wrong. But if you do, then... so I lost all the skin on my arms, and basically my intestines are probably gone. I mean, not gone, but... there's some permanent damage. Also, I have some... my memory... I have some serious memory issues now. One moment. You're foolish trying to attack me. I don't know. And then I had to watch a gigantic how do you call it, like they used in psychiatry all the time, role-playing game. A gigantic role-playing game with two things. One of them was just a gigantic double standards program where they were showing how well also in the chess world on Twitch, basically how well they could do all kinds of stuff and disallow me everything. Ah, okay. Okay, this explains a lot. Uh, so we can probably do something similar. Something like this. Yeah. Oh, I'm such an such an. Uh, let's see how all this works. Yeah, that was a bit dumb. However, kind of, you know. Okay, it is something like that basically, but slightly less dumb than I just did. Right? All right, fella. But what is one of the most, because I was disallowed to have any form of happiness or whatever, because that's highly dangerous. I mean, to them it's far more convenient to have someone watch over someone destroying him or herself than to actually, you know, do something worthwhile and have big psychiatric programs. I was talking about the program, yeah. So one was a huge double standard program, the role-playing thing, and the other one, the purpose was designed to be. So what happens if strange things happen to a human being when you just get ignored all the time? So there is a certain set of stuff you just don't talk about anymore, which includes, but it's all a bit, it's a long story, but it's. Then they thought, oh, another coral. Let's try to find it. Hmm. Also weird sounds. They thought, well, and then I have had, I was, my experience has not been very good. What, do you mind telling me what it's for? I have like a huge history, man. They forced me into it, the language teachers. Not forced, they strongly advised me into it when I was 16. And my parents were good parents, so of course they complied. And then the whole circus happened, and it's quite frightening. But do you mind do you mind do you mind saying? I don't have any prejudices or something. I've seen everything, from heavily bipolar to people, you know, anorexic and you know, smashing their uh, faces on the wall. I keep thinking about doing it again. Oh, I did one. I did a very serious one when I was 18, using medication. Don't worry, it's not a banned topic here right now. Keep thinking about doing it again. I see it. Well, first of all, don't, don't. For a very selfish reason, you're my only viewer. Yeah, essentially, you're my only viewer. Don't kill yourself, man. I have no one to talk to anymore, basically. if you kill himself. Your input here is very valued. Seriously, without, you know, sounds a bit blah blah blah, but really. I don't have anyone else to talk to. I used to be very social. It's very, you know, they tried to change me. Well, they surely succeeded just by force, basically, by the sheer power of force, you know. Ah. Ah. You did. You did. So, one second. Sorry, I need to do one. Right. Right. Yeah, I can. Yeah. You know what they told me? The only the I'll tell you something. The only thing I think was worthy in my life that came out of the psychiatric industry. That's not to say that that anyone who works there isn't unwilling, you know. Many people are very friendly and whatever. They're under a lot of stress, and when you're sitting there, you know, you're also, you know, generally spoken under, you know, under. No. Like, I'm not sure how it worked with you. So I took a lot of pills. I was 18, so this is 22 years ago. April 22 years ago. I basically took all the pills that were in the house without thinking too much, and with 2 beers. And when I woke up the next day, I was actually thinking about, you know, I was just randomly smashing. I was, you know, there was no timing involved. I was thinking about something completely different. So what they said, they said the only thing to me at least, but I'll tell you this. It was helpful for me. I'm not sure. I was 18, so it was a bit different, right? You're 35, but maybe not. Maybe not. What they said to me was there were 2 men. I woke up with this white haze, you know. They had, like, in Dutch we call it, like, they had like splashed out my stomach, you know, like, you know, got tons and tons of water through it, because there was sleeping pills were in there as well, and I had an overdose of those apparently. So there were two men there, and they said they were also doing role playing a bit. Because, for example, I had also taken Ritalin. And he said, "You're like grinding." He's grinding his teeth. And then the other said, "Yes, that's the Ritalin." But that was that. Then they started talking to me, and they said, "Look, I can't literally remember what they said, but that, look, you're 18 now. You will have to choose. You will have to choose. Or you can go on living, or you can go on trying to kill yourself." And they said, yeah, I remember parts of it. It's quite, you don't really want to remember that, like, you know, parents around and people like like you're a baby, you know, like wiping your butt literally, you know, because obviously stuff's coming out. I actually remember. But they said you're gonna have to choose. If you choose to try to kill yourself, they said, and they were very honest about it. They said you will succeed before you're 25th, before you're 25. You will succeed, they said. And they said you will have to choose. The choice is yours. They were very blunt about it. You will have to choose. If you want to, if you don't, I don't know what they exactly said. If you want to live on, or you don't, if you want to change it, or whatever, you will have to do it because you will succeed. That's what they said. That's what they told. Sounds a bit lame to tell you the same thing. But it was kind of influential into like. So I started working out a bit later and slowly started planning for, because at the time I was still living at my parents' place and it was horrible. Not that they were abusing me at that point anymore, but it was just, it had been like over 10 years of insane amounts of abuse from all sides and just being put under pressure. And you know, I absolutely couldn't live there. Like, and the way to not live there in the Netherlands, you cannot simply find a place. There's a deliberate shortage of places to live. They will never admit that it's deliberate, but it just has to do with money, right? The price of property. If you have a shortage, then indirectly it has to do with money. Two reasons. There are two reasons. There was one first reason. When I was 23, I already was in university. So this is a little bit later. The easiest reason, and this is the reason why I'm still alive now, otherwise I would have committed suicide already. My brother died in a car crash when I was 23. He was 21. And you know, while my relationship with my family is really not good and will never be good, it's a bit crude. We're three siblings basically, three boys. I'm the oldest, he's the one in the middle. It's a bit crude to commit suicide if one has passed away, isn't it? But in the Netherlands I would have committed suicide. So I basically never returned. Before that, you know, I used to there were things I used to like to do still. I used to like cycling, for example. I mean, if you're really gonna choose between life and death, you know, you have to be. You make your brothers have better. No, man. No, if you have a brother, then don't. No. My brother died in a car crash. I hadn't cried for 10 years by then because I was attacked by a janitor once in high school when I was 13. And then he basically attacked me out of nothing. And then I got blamed for it by the same dude who diagnosed me with no linguistic feeling and all that. He blamed me for it. Then I didn't, and I stopped crying at that point. Didn't cry for 10 years. Okay, when my brother died, I could cry again. In a car crash. No man, these are. Oh, you shouldn't. You should. So I couldn't, and I had like when I just came to Taiwan. That was like a couple of months after he had passed away. I had horrible nightmares. Like they were like about. Uh, so I have the youngest brother, and then I would, the one was dead, and then I would die. I would also die, and I would have had nightmares about him crying all the time and stuff like that for a while. So if you have nightmares like that, suicide is not really an option. So I was kind of forced by my own head not to, and by that event combined, not to commit suicide. Yeah, it's not the greatest way of living, I can tell you that. Quality of life is not exemplary high. But, but before that, so basically the suicide time I was talking about was when I was 18, and now I'm talking about, I was 23. I was 23 when I left the Netherlands. Originally just for a year, by the way. So people have made lots of nonsense about it. It's all not true. I mean, originally it was for a year. But later, when I was 18, in the beginning I didn't decide. I decided, I don't know, it was. I mean, you have to try something. It's hard to explain. I tried. I tried. It all didn't go over. I mean, you have to do something. I partially succeeded. I could. Don't worry about that. It's. It will come. It will come. It will come. I'm just quickly looking for the Korok, by the way, in the meantime. So, my grandfather died, and I did not. I was in Korea at the time, and he passed away. He was old. I did not cry either, but mentally I had already said farewell to him. He did not have long. And I was in the Netherlands only a few months before that, and I purposely, I'm not a big family guy, although my grandfather has always been nice to me. Exception, but I did not visit family often, but I went a few times to my grandfather because I had the very strong feeling we would not meet again, so to say. Which turned out to be true only a few months later. But there was no big surprise. He was like beginning 80. It's okay. Some people, I think, if you really want to cry but cannot cry, that is a bit different. In my case, I had accepted that. He's beginning 80s, body goes downhill very quickly. He's not going, we might as well not meet again. And after my life, let me put it like this: when you've lost a brother, A younger brother. When someone 50 year old older, you yeah, like with someone who is really 50, literally 50 year old, what is 60 50 60, 50-year older. It's kind of to be expected. What you don't expect is this. I can tell you what you don't expect. So I was playing with a game of chess against my classmate. I used to be a competitive chess player, right? I'm really not bad. If you ever want to play a game of chess, tell me, because we can play on stream, even put it on Discord if you want, I mean, if you ever want to play, give me a shot. So I was playing a game of chess against my classmate, who is a noob, basically, right? Just a beginner. And we were 7 moves in, and then this phone call came on my mobile phone. And it was the police. He said, the police of the region where my parents live. I was in university at the time, which was like 8 miles, maybe 20 miles away from my hometown. I mean, if you want to. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. But if you would ever want to, we can, you know someone who can play, if you want to learn something about it, I can teach you, no problem. But yeah, so what the thing is, they called me, and then they said they said something terrible has happened, in Dutch, obviously, right? Something terrible. So they said, are you on the road now? Are you driving or something, right? So because it might come as a shock. I was like, no. I was sitting in the pub, opposite of my place, with my classmate. We had played some pool, playing a game of chess. They said something terrible has happened, and I was like, first I was like, what did I do? What did I do this time? And also, oh, there it is. No, first when the police called, I said, what did I do? Police called, what did I do? Then they said something terrible had happened. And then what you do not expect, and I can tell you this for sure, you do not expect that your younger brother has died. I was thinking like, oh, one of my parents, something happened. But someone older than you are, right? No one is going to think like that. Someone younger is just, maybe when you're old, you're 80 and someone who's 70 passes away. But not when you're 23. But when you're, in my case, when my grandfather passed away, that was really, it sounds weird to some people. Let's call it the circle of life, It's how these things go. We found a car finally. No sign of Fang and Bone. Oh, hey, another car. Where's the skull? That's the skull. He should be somewhere there at night. Yeah. Some people are very different. They cry a lot and they say, I miss my grandmother or father most, and especially here it might be different, because here, for example, how it works here. So here is Taiwan in this case. Many people here get raised by their grandparents, and their parents are actually just working. It's the way things are done here. So, and then essentially, there's this joke where people say like, yeah, if you're a grandparent, it's the first time you get kids. That's how it works here, kind of, because parents will actually have a bit of a different relationship. Really? You never missed anyone? Okay. Yeah. I do miss people. Yeah, I miss people. I most definitely miss some people. I would really like to see some people again. It's not allowed. They turned everything into one big psychiatric nonsense. And even my best friends, you know, who used to be my best friend, you know. No, I miss people. I miss people. 8 years ago, I left the world for a second. It was intended to be just for a little while, not 8 years. What it has, with the gigantic mess what it has become. Because no, I have it. I don't. No, I miss people. Actually, with a lot of abuse comes a problem. One big problem was I could not. I could not really, which in a way is fine. Don't get me wrong, and that until it isn't. But I mean, when you have good friends, it's great. But it's a problem in relationships. Like I could not really say farewell to someone. I couldn't. But I got very adept. This is very frightening. I got very adept at when it was really necessary at making people hate. Which as a medical industry they completely fell for. These are supposedly the smartest people on earth or something. They're the dumbest idiots ever. I basically, as much as you could tell them, I told them very clearly that, you know, you're in for quite something. I know exactly how to make you hate. It's the only thing I got trained in. I got training for, because of the rampant, because of my upbringing and the really extreme racist Dutch. I'm almost not allowed to say anything positive about myself, but I'm very much allowed to down talk myself. So this leads to a gigantic problem in the long run. So it's very different from you basically. I'm telling you about my experience. I do miss people, but I'm exceptionally adept at making them hate. They just went for that line. They're too stupid. You're kind of the opposite. You know? Yeah. If someone, yeah, in a way, do you like it, or do you think it's a problem or not? If someone leaves your life, then they're gone. I think it's a problem. I mean, as long as you don't, how do you say? But it's kind of like today maybe you were a bit too harsh on yourself, because you said yourself like, oh, I didn't watch for a couple of days, a couple of streams. I think you're a little bit too harsh on yourself, judging from, you know, just the conversation we had in Discord. What was it, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, you know. Where's Feng and Bone? Where is that dude? What? You're also very good. Do you do it deliberately or like oh boy, of 20 years. That's that. eh, what do you think of it? Are you okay with it, or not okay, or something in between, or is it really like, hey, hang on, we found the dude. There he is. 1 second. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. Someone wants a picture of the guy. Just give me 1 moment. Yeah, that's similar to just 1 second. Uh, I'm so bad with oh, it's here. Okay. Let me just. All right, we found Fang and Bone. All right, need him there. So, yeah, exactly. It doesn't really. Don't you feel miserable about it? Do you feel miserable about it? Oh boy. I mean, to me, it's terrible. I'll tell you how it is. Ah, thanks for the cheer. To me, it's terrible. I still think about things from like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. Yeah. All the time. But that's not exactly what the psychiatrists understand. Yeah. Is it repairable or is it irreparable? One moment, let me just quickly drink some water. It's just in a bottle next to me. Let me see. Is it repairable? People don't understand if it's. I mean, most of the time it's irreparable. I mean, I got now used for they came up with psychiatrists. They're a fucking joke. So I over the past few years I got the most ridiculous nonsense thrown at me. But in reality, it's really awful in my experience. Right. Well, you could once you. I don't know if you could. You can. I'd say if it's repairable, I'd say don't wait too long. You know what I mean? Try to, you know, at the very least. Yeah, maybe or you could also tell that, right? Like you need to. Right, yeah. Right. Yeah, no, I got very good at it. Way too good. Like people don't even notice. Completely unknown. I've been trained so well. I can even apparently what are smart folk. It's a joke. Someone wanted. One moment, this one. Let's slowly go through a side quest wherever it is. Right. Yeah. It's, in my case, it's too late already. The psychiatrists they took over. They did what they did.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
That can get really mean. Every person has a bit of a limit.
Oh.
Alright, in the meantime we finished a little side quest.
Mifa's grace is ready.
But most of the time it's just self-destruction. Yeah, I think you need to understand people very well in order to automatically be able to figure them out. Sadly enough. And generally spoken, if you're a nice person, you have that skill. So if things go wrong in your life, if things go wrong in your life, you have the power to go completely bonkers. And rude, unkind people don't have that. They get their information from psychology manuals and smart books and advice from Elon Musk. They count them. But if you actually care about people, you have also at the same time, if things go wrong, you have a frightening weapon. It's a bit sad. It's kind of how it works. Yeah, I mean, if things don't, if it wasn't for the all kinds of stuff, would have been great. I might have been drinking a bit too much in my life. If that's the only thing. And even that, you grow over it, right? Yeah, Link has a high Link carries a lot of weapons at the same time, doesn't he? Let's fight this Korok, by the way. Somewhere here. Oh, I completely missed it. I was just looking for 2 seconds for Koroks. I don't really see any. But yeah, that's kinda how it works. I know. Oh, probably here, no? Yeah, this looks like Korok stuff. One second. Huh? You must be shitting me. One moment. Do you see anything? Yeah, I probably have to wait until the rain's over. Or I'll just. I would guess it's here. This one, you know. I would guess it's here. I'll just wait for a second. Well, so let me drink some water. You can probably just refresh. Are you on PC or? Because I think I have one open here. Here the delay is pretty low. If you can refresh, if you refresh, it's probably fine. Basically. Let me just test how long it is here. Hang on, let me just turn on my audio for a second. Oh, a minute. No. Okay, let me say ooh. Point. It's like 10 seconds here. And then if you use Twitch, it's probably like can you refresh or reload? That will probably like lower it to I don't know, something around 10 seconds basically. If you have access to a PC and on a browser, it should be less than 10 seconds. I'm having some Linux thingy open, which has slightly higher delay. But it's still 10 seconds. All right, all right. Okay, so I'm not sure how the Twitch app on the iPad is, but I would also guess it should be around 10 seconds. It's a bit hard to test it, but not a minute. Here it's like 10 seconds. It should be below 10 seconds, basically. Okay, I'll say something. Okay, start now. And then you can time it. I know, but I have to. How can you? Or can I use chat for that? One moment. 1 second. Let me try the fire. 17 seconds. It's still quite high, I have to say. 17 seconds. It's a bit weird. It shouldn't be that high. I presume it might be a little bit higher on a tablet, but 17 seems high. I got it on low latency, basically. My settings are low latency, yeah. That's strange. Alright, we found the cork. 1 second, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, you know, while we're at it, yeah, it's better. It's maybe we just refresh it once every, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. You know. It's okay. I'll just don't move. I won't be moving too quick. You know, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, over a minute is way too long. Here it's, I think, around 10 seconds. But I have to say, of course, the server is nearby, right? I mean, they send it to. I mean, it's a local server basically. In Taipei, like. But even streams, it's a bit weird. Like, many streams that low latency these days. Sometimes there's really only 2 seconds latency from the other side of the world, right? Maybe you know this one, by the way. So I'm wearing the Korok mask, right? I'm a bit confused. If you know this one, just tell me straight up. So there is a Korok somewhere here. Do you know where it is, by the way? So what happens, and I wrote this down before, I don't understand what people don't understand about it. Oh yeah, you never looked for Korok, right? What happened in my life was that it becomes so frustrating. And then there are one or two, there are a few cases where people have been cracking jokes about it, basically. And there was, yeah, exactly. Not like with the mask, huh? I'll do this one some other time. There is one here, apparently. But let me quickly check just some side quests or something. Oh, maybe you know this one, by the way. I was doing this one, but I was... Okay, let's do this one. It's downloadable content, by the way. So that might be it. I think it's downloadable content. One second. Let me. No, but the psychiatrist here they. So what they ended up doing here was basically they used their books, and I read a few sentences, and it's very frightening. So they will presume that you're exhibiting manipulative behavior. Sorry to tell you this. This is their presumption. So in order to counter that presumption, they try to be really smart. But there was no manipulative behavior. There was self-destructive behavior. Not manipulative. I mean, not the way Dave did it. So we're gonna do this side quest. So she's gonna tell us a story. They come up with so much nonsense, you know. I wish my life was so good that I could have followed all the bullshit they said. Once upon a time. Alright, but let's read this. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. My grandpa stopped at a big tree while he was climbing a big mountain and looked below him to the northwest. When suddenly he saw a huge snow-white birdie with its wings spread wide. My grandpa took off flying after the snow-white birdie, and as he got a little closer to the white birdie, Grandpa saw something super important inside its belly. That one. Yeah, I know. Alright. Important thing. Okay. Let's go, huh? So destructiveness. Me? Oh, they gave me like they gave me a decade of training on top of the first 20 years of my life, which essentially were one big training camp as well. I'll never get over that. That won't fix. That will not be fixed. That will not. It's 3 decades out of 4. You can't fix it anymore. That's not. They thought they could play some games with me, you know? I'll tell you another story. So, between 11 and 14, a few of my tooth, in Dutch we call them milk teeth, my kiddo tooth, they decayed the natural way, so to say, which is an extremely painful process that no one can bear. Literally, you know, in the dark ages, right, medieval times, they got all kinds of tricks, right, even now to pull teeth, right? No one can bear. So I was like, let's say around 12 years old. I have never told anyone about it. Everything bleeding, you know, like white stuff out of your mouth every morning. I never told anyone. I never cried. I never said a single effing thing. Never said anything. You wanna you wanna give someone who's capable of that a training in self-destruction? Yeah. Yeah. And what they did to psychiatrists, the psychiatrists have two standards, right? They have the standards. I have another problem. I think extremely quick, which was a problem in elementary school because they hated it. And a few people who didn't hate it didn't know what to do with it, right? It's a huge problem. You know, tell me one thing once and I just know forever. Which is a problem because school doesn't work like that. It's one repetitive load of, you know, whatever it is, right? So they use the second standard, the repetitive load of, you know, the one for idiots they used for another 10 years. Yeah, you know. The first time was already destructive enough. The second time, forget it. I'm 40 now, you know? I'm 40. I'm 40. I'm not 20 anymore. Or 12 or whatever. 40. That won't change. They just gave me another massive 2-year campaign. Yeah. I can hardly see the tree, by the way. Anyway, I marked it. So. To be changed. Oh, there was. I wrote it down, I said it a million times. Back in the day, they could have allowed me to do something. Fine, they should just have told me that they bought bullshit. No, it's too late now. It's been too late for ages. I gave up years ago. It was, you know. I know how this works, you know. If people do not want to communicate, I know how it is to not be listened to. Like, if you can't, you know, I have experience. You can't fix the broken leg of a 10-year-old. Not can't, if you're unwilling to fix the broken leg of a 10-year-old. After a car crash. What are you willing to do? Not a big surprise that they won't listen in my 30s. If they won't even listen to a 10-year-old, right? Whose legs broke. Not a surprise. That they were so fucking stupid. That's a surprise. I used to think they weren't that stupid. I changed my opinion over the years. No, I already gave up. It's called another 2 years. I don't know. Oh, let's find this. No, that's not gonna change. And to be fair, neither do I want it. It's the only self-defense mechanism that I have. And No, there were opportunities when I was younger. It was possible. It was possible. No. You can't just, they literally, mentally, physically, all kinds. They. Oh boy. Well, I got 140 of them. Let me just save for a second. One moment. No, they had just. They had a different. You know, they had all kinds of, even scientific experiments. Oh. No. No, it's not perspective will change. Yeah. I can't, live all by myself, As much as the Elon Musks and the whatevers and the billionaires and the capitalists would like to make you believe, humans don't function all by themselves. Believe it or not, right? I mean, I can't grow my own food, for example, right? That was very far. And society is like that as well. You're dependent. Like back in the day, like I said, I used to be. To give a very simple example, right? Jesus. If someone sees you and thinks you're an idiot, he or she is not going to allow you to have a job or dangerous or this or that. You're not going to be allowed to do something. And in my life, it was very simple. I essentially was never allowed to do something. The only thing I've been allowed to do is destroying myself and being used for scientific experiments. But at least I survived the fake pandemic. Or maybe even a real one. Also, there's monkeypox coming up. There might be another pandemic soon. No, you can't just... the amount of training that goes into that, it goes subconscious. If people hate you for essentially, just, being, basically the system was not made for people like me. The system is essentially made for people who are or ever so slightly smarter than average, or well off and not so smart, but So the system in the Netherlands, at least, in the US, it might be more cynical. In the Netherlands, it's like it's not for people like me. You know. Yeah, it's essentially always money, indirectly. Yeah, more or less. Look, I'm pretty much anti-capitalist, you know. So I think I've pretty much proven that. That it's all a load of bullshit. But it's about the double standards that exist. They have a real function, you know. First of all, they exist out of agony, of course. If you see my face, I got an Indian face. So, yeah. It's a lot of agony to some people, at least back in the day. One. A huge white bird. Is that the white bird? It's not white. No, northwest. Yeah. No, but where was I? Like, yeah, if you can fix it. Neither. I really don't care. I mean, my life has been taken. I was used for experiments. I was used for experiments. People like me, or I was useful for it. I was useful for experiments. Look down from the northwest, which is suddenly he saw a huge bird, and in the belly of the bird is something important. What looks like a bird? Eh? You can't. I mean, that means that's Chinese. Look, that's a bird. Aha, look at that. So in the belly is something important. That's a bird, huh? I'd say that's a bird. Here we go. Let's go and figure it out. No. And there is also a shrine there. One second. It's a shrine, huh? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Okay, so let's keep the bird one, and let's have a look here, because there is a shrine here. No, this won't be fixed. I got like, you know, I got a huge anti-narcissist campaign from it. Insane, you know, as if you had to read, you know, it's very nice to others, you know, to redo the whole fucking thing and then everything what went wrong in my life, you know, and blah blah blah. It's great for the idiots, you know, it's fantastic. You know, to the subjectives, him or herself, it's completely destructive. Okay, but they could have known that in advance. Oh, it's this one. Oh. No. Completely this one. It's just, you know. Mozo Shano. A major test instrument. I'm not gonna do that. We found it. So that's good enough. So what's next? Hmm. Oh, I think I know this one. Thunder? Rail Thunder? Alright. Let's do that. Also, you know, everything has to be done within a certain framework. You know, I'm not allowed to be happy. I need to go all kinds of fake programs. Right? Communication needs to be done as awkward as possible. Right? There needs to be this and this and that. Right? Monologues are allowed. Communication is not allowed. So people are allowed to listen to this and then react to it. Right? But then everything has to be ignored as well. Right? As long as it's shitty, it's okay. Right? There is this whole set of, you know, this whole framework that was thought up and hyper important. You know, dopamine production has to be destroyed. They went this far to come up with a campaign where dopamine production was maximized and then torture me, literally torture me for years and years and years in order to destroy it. And then combine it with therapy. You think you can undo that? Honestly. Of course you can. And that was the intention. It had to be non-changeable. I mean, what genius thought this up? I don't know. Boy, must it have been a genius. Only people with severe mental problems would think such a thing up. Yeah, this one I didn't really try last time. I found it or something. I just hope there are no Octoroks, because I find them unbearably annoying. But other than that, No, I just want... Only thing I want is recognition for the atrocity that has been conducted. Get paid for it, and then be left alone. They should be happy about it, in the end. That's essentially what they wanted to do. Although they will say they did. Of course it won't happen. Of course it won't happen. They have many more plans. I'm very sure that many more plans. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about it. I'm not interested in any of it. I'm not interested in any of it. They had to destroy everything in my life and then supposedly redo everything. And, you know, invent all kinds of bullshit and make up all kinds of nonsense. How do you get there? And really drag all kinds of nonsense in. Of which half isn't even any of their fucking business. Surely there are things so they can whine about. But not about things that are none of your fucking business. You should really be... People should be hanged for that. That's what should happen. But that won't happen, right? That's not what people do. What they do is they come up with big plans. Sell me to the scientists. Get the most atrocious of atrocious experiments thrown at me. And they could get away with it because it was a medical necessity. They still can get away with it because it's a medical necessity. And if they don't do it, you know, hell will break loose and, you know, ghosts will roam the earth and, you know, the clouds will fall from the sky and the weather will be like it is over here, always rain and thunder, etc, etc, etc. So they have to. Of course they will pay. Do you think then suddenly they will come up and say, oh yeah, oh sorry, yeah, oh yeah, we added another decade of torture and ruin to your life. Oh yeah, we're terribly sorry for it, you know. Oh, but thanks for participating in our pandemic, you know. It was truly an honor. Do you think that will happen? Anyone thinks that will happen? I'm watching, my fate is to watch a whole bunch of derailed scientists and hired technicians watching a whole fake role-playing game, a worldwide one unfold for the rest of my life. That is my fate. They're not gonna say, sorry, here is a bag of money. It's about time that we fuck off. There is something. Yeah, I can kill myself. The only thing I can. There are no other options. How do you get that one though? It's a bit weird. Well, let's look for the other ones. So the purple one was simple, right? There is a green one. Let's just go and have a look. No, there isn't. Oh, you can climb those things probably, then jump there. On there, right? Kinda like it. No, everything had to be redone, man. From the tone of my voice to I don't know what. Everything. They announced in advance that, for example, my teeth had to be ruined. They announced in advance that men had to be jealous about certain things. They announced in advance that they had to ruin my teeth. They announced in advance that they would take away all my money. They said, someone said, the most important thing is two very important things. White teeth and money. So they took it away. They took they planned the destruction of my teeth. There is a corpse. They went as far as coming with race-based stuff. It was very important to have it clarified that the Caucasian and the Chinese race were the most powerful or most important ones. They planned and executed a whole trucking up campaign. So I had to be drugged up with 2 certain types of drugs. And that was a disaster, by the way. It wouldn't if they would have been normal, but they weren't. So they spent a very long time on proclaiming the greatness of some stuff. And even introducing the people who would be who would conduct an insane talking to the real person campaign. So what they did was they drugged me up. So it would peak dopamine production was there. Then they hired a bunch of folks to come up with an insane amount of shit. For like around and about, I don't know, 18 hours or something. I mean, if, you know. That you're not gonna be forgiven for anyway. Then some stuff happened that I would never ever do. But I'm not going. There was no way in hell you were ever gonna be forgiven for that. I mean, And at the same time, they couldn't tell me that I was actually more than decent at, for example, learning languages. At the time, I didn't even know that. I had sent some people who couldn't speak a second language to tell me that I was good at, you know, English native speakers. That I was good at speaking Chinese. Yeah, I know. You know, if you don't attempt to learn a second language, you're never gonna be able to speak one. It's really that simple. You don't need to be Einstein. You can learn all these things. You know, people far dumber than me have learned much better Chinese than I have by the sheer power of working extremely hard for many years. You know, I did nothing. Quite fluent. Not a bit worse, but I can still speak Chinese pretty well. There is no way in hell you will be forgiven for. And that's about it. Yeah, but English and Dutch are similar, actually. That's really not a big. That's seriously not a big deal because I never seriously learned English. But like, now my Chinese makes people. My Chinese is very local. It's a bit weird. I don't know. I can't rate my own Chinese either. It's not very high level. It used to be super fluent. It's slightly less fluent now. There are some more mistakes, but you know, many Chinese don't speak Chinese. You know, it's really not a big deal. My Chinese is good enough, but my written Chinese is not very good. My high-level Chinese. But by the time I'd figured it out, I couldn't. I was not allowed to learn languages anymore. Quite literally so. And now it doesn't matter. Now I'm 40. They took everything away. Replaced it with exactly nothing. Which isn't an awful lot, is it? They thought they could brainwash your whole fucking program through. With really dumb campaigns where they, you know, they just, you know, basically, essentially, they did a campaign of bias confirmation plus look what the cat brings in, basically. Combination of the two. Look what the cat brings in. We just made up a lot of bullshit, generally spoken. And then went on a massive bias confirmation campaign. You know, I just told you that I'm an expert at making you hate me. Oh, do you think I won't notice? You know, there was a huge bias confirmation campaign going on. Oh, trust me. That's like a golden gift. The only thing I'm trained in, so it goes completely automatic. And you think you can fix it? You think I want it to be fixed? No. By now that is me. Which is exactly what the plan was, right? You were trying to get the real person on. Communicate with the real person. No. No, 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 no. First of all, that's not true. Second of all, I just want to be paid and left alone forever. I'm not interested in watching more of that retarded, nonsense. No, they did everything to make it like this. They did everything. Okay. Gigantic dopamine campaigns. You know. There is no such thing, and now reverse it. It was made permanent for a reason. This was the plan. Massive. I've been tortured for like over half a decade for the glory of the for the glory of science, so to say. No, Octoroks can die. For the glory of science. This one, I'm not getting very far. Eh? So how do you climb a tower while it's permanently rained? It is not possible. It is not possible. Oh, Raval is good. Okay. I'm a bit dumb. How do you get there? Oh, right. Oh, shoot. Hmm. Maybe from here or something? Oh no. Oh yeah. Actually, if I that was already pretty close, so if I'd been a bit less dumb about it, you know, I put this one, I put two, you know, now stasis, and then talking about dumb. Yeah, I'll probably just hit it. It's easier. Uh. Shoot. We're gonna die. Ah. Hmm. Oh really? Oh. Boy, I'm not very good at this.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
Uh, oh, this should also work. Actually, this might be a lot easier. I think. All right, it would have taken me like 25 hours. Which one is the orange one? Hey? That's red, no? I mean, or is that orange? Also, that's yellow. Oh, immediately. Yeah, you're. Yeah. I'm not that smart one. Probably, yeah. I mean, there was also a green one though, and here is no green. So I would actually guess. Oh no, there is a green. Right. Yeah, so let's go with. Also, there's indeed a symbol on it, and it's this symbol. Yeah. No, it's this one. It's this one. Why are you not? Why are you... Alright, so the green one. Where was the green one again? Or let's get the red one. Where? Oh, there was a green one. Or... Ah, right. Yeah, there's a... Okay, this one is easy. Let's first do this one. Ah, shoot. Alright, it leaves the red one. Where was it again? There it is. Hmm. Alright, let's just pick it up again. Do it the easy way. Alright. Thanks for dropping by and listen to my, my my great story. Yeah, but thanks for dropping by. I mean, of course. And don't commit suicide. Alright, thanks a lot. And thanks for the help with this one. It would have taken me ages to figure this shrine out. Stacy, yeah, I'm not very good at it. But this is a real shrine, actually. I was secretly hoping that, not so secret. You know, buried secret. Quickly check if you can bomb. Alright, well, just bomb everything. I suspect that this one isn't actually very hard. Like, you can go to the monk immediately, right? Yeah. It's like very close to... I mean, you can bomb that one, I think... Although, it's not entirely true. So there is something though. So somewhere is like some kind of switch. Oh, maybe. Huh? No. And now we're just gonna bomb everything. Very sophisticated strategy. Hey, there might be... Under the monk? One moment, let me... So there's the monk, right? Ah, yeah. You might... Yeah. Yeah, because here you can. Right. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so yeah, let's just shall we just bomb it all? What can you put on it? Well, now we have to bomb it all, by the way. Probably, yeah. I mean, I would guess it's somewhere around here, basically. Or no. Oh, there is a chest. I hadn't even seen it. I do know. Yeah. I know. I mean, these ones we can't all bomb because, you know. Hmm. I'm not entirely convinced. There you go. Can you just like push the thing off? There you go. Yeah, I think this is about it. Yeah. Ah, there is one. You're right actually. I would not have checked it if you hadn't said it. There is indeed one here. Thanks for that one. Oh, rubber armor. This is actually a really nice one. An ancient marvel called rubber. Yo, call Guru. What's up? What's up? Yeah, it's going all right. Chilling here. Getting a lot of help from Sinner. And we're making good progress. I think this is number 67. Yay! All right, thanks for dropping by, sir. See you. Yeah, I'm autocorrect. Right. See you next time. Oh, it stopped raining. Wow, that's a big change. Okay, let's save. There was a Korok somewhere here. Where is the Korok? Oh, I am wearing a mask. New Zealand? No, 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 no. I don't have a New Zealand accent. No, no, no. Never even been there. But guess again. Where are you from, if I may ask? Hey, that's weird. Oh, you're from California. Right. No, no, no. It's a Dutch accent. Yeah. I can't do a Kiwi accent. I can't. I can only do a Dutch accent. Hey, weird. Hang on. I thought... One moment. Let me just quickly... Ah, no, that's why. I see. It's one of those running around ones. This is not a fairy, this is a core. Right. So where is it? Yeah, it's... Alright, what shall we do next? Right. Right. Don't know, let's try this one. I have no idea how this one is going. Um, yeah. The pride of the retail pillar in the sky. Its heart lights up when the sun is high. The heart shines upon the path not home, but a warming flame can stir its soul. This one is quite cryptic, I have to say. I don't... You can probably just travel straight there, no? But this is a little bit dumb. Yeah, it's huge, yeah. But it's... Oh, there's also Korok here. Of all things. Where could it be? Hey, look at that. That's really is a character. Alright, let's get the yay. Too dangerous to go near? Oh. So what are you gonna do? Or is it... Alright. Let's, for starters, just save. Warbler's Nest. I have no idea. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. I'm getting a bit tired. Also, this one I'm a little bit stuck with. Yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone for dropping by. And yeah, have a good one.